Okay guys, so this video is meant to help with the Resources in Utah assignment for those of you who are absent with the presentations. For this assignment, what you'll need to do is you'll need to pick one of the 6 resources that are discussed on slides 8 and 9. That is metals, evaporates, fossil fuels, gems, building stone, and renewable fuels. You pick one, you'll research it. Then I want you to create some sort of presentation or slideshow that you'll need to show me, okay? You'll have to come into after school to do that, and then use the information I give you in this video to then fill out the rest of slides 8 and 9 for the other 5 materials, okay? So on slides 8 and 9, it asks you where those resources are found and what, under what circumstances they are created. So let's just go through those very quickly, and you'll have to take notes on that, okay? So starting with metals. Metals are already existing in the earth. They're not created. They're one of our elements on the periodic table, and so they already exist. And so what has to happen is they need to be in a circumstance where those atoms can combine together. And so they're found in areas where there has been igneous rock cooling over long periods of time. Okay, so that would be magma is what I'm talking about here. So that'd be found in places of volcanic activity, so intrusive rock, as well as in fault lines. Okay, in fault lines where the rock has shifted and moved, you'll be able to find these veins of metals. Okay. Next are evaporates. Evaporates are the things that are left behind when water evaporates away. So if we have a large body of water that evaporates, it leaves behind these evaporates. So we look for the history of an area and how it has changed. Where there used to be a large body of water that's evaporated, that's where you're going to find evaporates. Fossil fuels are similar to evaporates. They deal with a change in the environment. So that needs to be an area that used to contain a large amount of organic life that was covered in sediment. That covering in sediment could be because of an asteroid hitting the earth and causing debris to flow up into the air, or a volcano erupting doing that, or it was an area with a lot of water. The organic life died, sinks to the bottom of that source of, or the bottom of that ocean or giant lake, and then sediment washes over that, is also another option. So you look at the history of the area. It needed to have life, okay, some sort of plant life or micro algae or things like that, and it was died and covered in sediments. Okay, next is gemstones. Gemstones form under a variety of circumstances. We have 3 different types of gemstones. There are igneous, metamorphic, and sedimentary gemstones. Igneous gemstones form like igneous rock from magma cooling, so you'd find those in areas with intrusive rock or faults. Same with metamorphic rocks, in where you would find them in fault lines, because they form under conditions of extreme heat and pressure. Sedimentary rocks form in areas where the minerals have been dissolved and then deposited over time, so you could find those in lakes. Those are like your what are they called? The stones where it's hollow on the inside and you break it open and you've got all the crystals inside, and you find them in rivers and that. Then we have building stone. Building stone is the leftover material from when you're mining other things. Okay, if you're mining for gold, you're pulling out a lot of rock. That rock that you're pulling out and throwing away, that's your building stone. Because building stone's gravel and sand and clay, those things are found everywhere. And so it's just, you find it anywhere, and we normally attain it from areas where we're already mining for a different resource. Okay, and last, renewable fuels. There are 3 renewable fuels that we focused on in here. Those were hydroelectric dams, wind farms, and what was the third one? Oh, geothermal vents, geothermal heat. So in order to have hydroelectric dams, you need to have a water current. You have to have a movement of water. In order for water to move, you have to have a change in elevation. So think of a river flowing downhill or down a mountain. So you have to have mountains or hills, some sort of change in elevation for that to occur. For hydro, or for your wind farms, you need to have an area without mountains or hills so that the wind can go without being interrupted to blow more consistently to be able to get a wind farm. And then for geothermal energy, you need to have areas with high heat from the earth. So an area with active volcanic activity would be a great source of that, though we don't have any of that here in Utah. Okay, hope that helped. Feel free to re-watch over these things so you can get all the notes, and then come talk to me if you have any questions.